Oh my God, I cannot believe it. What do we have here? The Silly Salt women. They're back.
Woohoo.
Pam
Yeah.
Auger. Pam Auger. Auger. Is it Auger?
No.
Oh, you changed it?
No, I never changed.
What is it now?
It's try to pronounce it with a silent G.
Pam.
Ahi.
Ahi. Ahi Ahi. That's right too. Ahi
Right.
Ahi.
Remember you did that.
Ahi tuna. And then the loose cannon. There she is.
Mm-hmm.
How are you doing?
We're good.
Yeah. Good. We were just talking about the Women's World Cup. I never watched that. I gotta get into that.
How can you not be watching that?
I don't watch TV hardly. In fact, I just canceled my cable. I don't watch
Save you a
TV.
couple bucks.
Yeah, it's just, I find myself, I'm way better off, like, instead of watching the news, I go do my own research, get on YouTube and find out what's going on instead of getting somebody else's opinion.
More accurate.
Yeah. Well, what was there some big controversy where they were not standing up for the national anthem, some of the girls?
If that's what they want to do, I guess. I'm watching soccer. I'm staying out of it. I'm just watching soccer.
But that's what some of the girls were doing, right? There were some that stood and some that didn't.
That's what I heard. Yeah, I didn't notice.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think our soldiers and warriors who fought give us the right to do it. I don't agree with it, but they have the right to do it. So
yeah.
So look at I'm learning new things about these women. I didn't know that Pam was a soccer fan. I didn't know that Liz Cannon was a coach coaching classes and teaching classes. That's pretty cool.
Been doing it for 19 years, Tom.
See things, and we're so close, but you just don't open up and speak. You need to talk about your feelings more. I'm here to listen. I'm here to listen. Okay.
Okay.
They call me the great listener. If you look up in the dictionary and listener, my picture is there. Yes, definitely. Mm-hmm. How are the kids doing, everybody? Lou, how are your children?
My children are good, getting ready for the season, and my daughter's, adulting at Nationwide Children's Hospital as a child life specialist. So
that's right. You told me that. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
She had dated a hockey player for a long time.
That she did.
I wish I had known her before. I would have told her to not do that. Mm-hmm. Hockey players are okay once they, like years later when they got it all out of the system, but not when they're players. Who needs to retire here? Hold on. Somebody said that Rapinoe, is that the coach or something?
Oh, goodness.
Oh.
I don't know who that is.
Oh.
Well, she didn't play last game. There's probably a reason for that.
Oh, okay. And Pam, how are your children?
Good. Yeah. Yep. Hockey season. Zach's going to be a senior, so he's got his last year wrapping up. And my youngest is doing his thing in college too, studying business and playing golf.
Okay, good deal. He's a good golfer?
Yeah, he's a good golfer.
Nice. Well, you got golf, soccer, hockey, everything.
Yeah, we're busy.
So how is the Silly Salt business going?
It's going. We are slinging salt. It's a 24/7 endeavor. A lot of behind the scenes work that we do.
I heard you're out at an event. You met an old teammate of mine, Steve Baker.
Yes, love that Steve Baker at 3 Ice in Grand Rapids.
That's right, 3 Ice. He's been doing that since it started, right? Is he a commissioner? Or?
No.
Craig Patrick's commissioner.
Craig Patrick's the commissioner, but he handles the East Coast. No, he handles the West Coast for their marketing and such, and then somebody else. I've drawn a blank.
Oh. So I know I've told the story before, but here's a typical goofball hockey story for you. So when the parents particularly the fathers would come into New York here to see us play, we'd bring them in their practice rink in Rye Playland. So my father would come in, I would introduce me. This is Don Laidlaw, everybody else. This is so-and-so Greshner and so-and-so Smith. Steve Baker's father was a doctor. So when he came in and he introduced his father, he rightfully so called him, this is Dr. Baker. Of course, us hockey players being a bunch of goofballs thought this was pretty funny. So every time we brought a father in, we would now call him by what his title was, what his job was. So my father was a fire chief, so he was Chief Laidlaw. One guy, I think it was Mike Rogers. His father made cardboard coffins, so he became cardboard coffin maker Rogers. So this became the big thing over years. And this started probably like in 1980. Early 80s, and I call my father Chief Laidlaw for the rest of his life. I call him Chief because of that. Yeah, all because of Steve Baker. It is funny because we're goofy hockey players, right? Like that's what he should call his father. His father is a doctor, so you address him as Dr. Baker. But of course, we took it to the umpteenth level. For decades. That's the way we do things. Mm-hmm. That's the way we do things. So what else is happening? Any exciting? In the Silly Salt world? I know you've been to a few events, right? Were you up in Traverse City a while ago as well?
Yeah, we were at the NHL Prospects event up there in Traverse City. We do go to a lot of events. Last year we ended up going to some in Chicago. We're mostly in Michigan right now. That's typically where we tell our story, and people are pretty responsive because they're in that world.
Right. Yeah, a lot of hockey there too, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I got to get you up. My old coach at Northern Michigan University is now the athletic director. I'm just thinking about that. I got to get you guys up there. At least get you in touch with him.
That would be good because we're at U of M, and we just sent to MSU for their athletes. So their athletes have it for their meals and for on the road.
Oh, wow. Very cool. So here's a guy that makes fun of me all the time with titles. How about Twice Divorced Laidlaw? That's my new name.
Such title.
It's a good one, isn't it? Catchy. He gives me a hard time too. Sometimes he's like on my side, and other times he's picking on me. We have a thing going on that his wife thought I was kind of arrogant. I think she called me at one point, or I was full of myself. That's not true, is it? Do I come across like that? Isn't that kind of only a Pam smirking at?
Has she known you a long time? Is that why?
No, she had like a 2-minute view of me.
Well, she didn't meet you as a hockey player, so you're much more calm now, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Oh, totally. Yes, I was a jerk when I played. I think you know what it is. I think we realized as we've gotten older, then when we played, we had to be so wrapped up in our career. It was all about us, and it was like, and looking back at it, I don't know if you could have done it any differently. You had to be so focused on your career but guys should have never gotten married when they were playing in the NHL because just the poor woman I guess if she will accept the lifestyle, but oh man, let me see here. What Danny. No cable, no AC. What else? That's right. Sorry, get rid of the cable. You know, last summer I went with no air conditioning all summer.
That sounds awful.
But you know what, though? Here's what I was trying to teach people, that we get conditioned sometimes to believe that we need certain things, such as air conditioning. Like, right, my parents never had air conditioning. I never grew up with air conditioning. Growing up on the farm, we just didn't have it. And I think people just get used to certain things. You know, like, for example, like whoever invented that you have to have 5 days of work and 2 days of fun. Like, who invented that?
That's true.
Right. And Pam, you probably know this too, being the food expert. I didn't know. I was doing some research the other day about breakfast, and there was no breakfast until the Industrial Revolution, and then they decided people needed to eat food before they went out to work all day long. Did you know that?
You need to eat something before you start your day, right? It probably makes sure that the people that are working get more out of them that way, right? They have more energy, they have better work. Yeah.
But isn't it true though? Like you talk about fasting, for example. So let's say you do a 16-hour fast and you stop eating at 8. And you don't eat until noon the next day. But that's the way we used to live, right? Before there was refrigerators and restaurants, that we'd fast for days because there's just no food. Isn't that?
Well, it's more along the lines of starvation. I wouldn't call it fasting. Like, I don't think it's ideal.
Really? See, I kind of think I want to hear your opinion on this. I kind of thought like I'm learning that it was kind of healthy, that it regenerates the cells in your body and you're fasting, like after that 12-hour window. You don't believe that?
No.
Oh, really?
No, I don't. Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, you got to fuel your body, right? You need to function as the day goes on. So the research isn't great about fasting.
Oh, well, I'd like to hear this because I've kind of talked myself into thinking that it was, no, seriously, I want your opinion on that because everybody I'm talking to is, oh yeah, but they're all people that have claimed they're really into fasting. So they think it's a great thing. That doesn't mean it has to be a great thing, right?
No, I mean, I don't want people to not do what they think is important to them, but I breakfast is breaking the fast, right? So we fast overnight. But our body needs fuel to function. But
so breakfast could be at noon though, too, right?
I mean, I would pass out and die, but you could eat it at noon if you want.
Oh, really? Yeah. I think it's different for women, right? Women are having a harder time fasting. Like I fast probably 5 times a week, so I won't eat past 8 o'clock at night and then not eat again until noon the next day. Interesting that you do not agree with that. No.
I don't.
Okay. I watched the video. They say that the sausage companies and bacon companies lobbied or had I can't remember how they did this, but they wanted their product being sold more. So that's why they created breakfast was bacon and eggs and toast and everything. Because you can eat spaghetti for breakfast if you wanted to.
Eat whatever you want, sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Why not?
But it doesn't seem weird though that everybody thinks, well, geez, you have to have a certain group of foods for breakfast. It's got to be bacon and eggs.
Yeah, I see that with a lot of people. Yeah, they don't. That's what they eat. That's what they want to eat. They can't change it. Yeah, but I eat leftovers sometimes.
Yeah, totally. I just think there's so many things in this world where we just get convinced that we got to do it this way because it's been done that way all the time.
Right, and then it gets reinforced by whatever is going on in the world. But yeah,
totally. Like you'll be able to think for yourself. Like you don't have to go against everything else just to go against everything else, but you have to, if you want to do it something different, like look at the loose cannon here. She does everything.
Just quietly listening.
Yeah.
All right, here's one of our, didn't you send some Selly salts to the great Larry Melnick?
Of course we did.
Life is simple, people. Eat when you're hungry, drink when you're thirsty.
When you're tired, I like it. I'm agreeing with Larry.
Larry.
That I agreed with Larry.
Larry, how about having a little, see, he says this kind of stuff, but, how about having a little discipline, Larry? I mean, that's, you've got discipline, right? You can't just, if you want to get up and be disciplined early in the morning, you got to get up. You just don't sleep in all day, right? Lou?
No, I don't. My dogs wake me up, though. They 7 a.m.
7 a.m. to get up every day?
Or 6:30, one staring at me the whole time.
Oh, what kind of dogs do you have?
Labradors.
Barkers? They bark?
Nope. I have a 100-pound chocolate and then an 85-pound black lab.
Here's Larry Melnick doing his own thing. Look at him. Here he is doing his own thing. Yeah, chicken for
Good job.
You put Selly salt on it, Larry?
Oh, that's right. Did you put Selly salt on it? Did you? Come on, tell the truth. Danny, no hot dogs. Pam, the hot dogs are terrible for you, right? The trans fat and everything in them.
I'm not the person that's going to tell you good and bad, right? Because if you put a label on foods that something's awful and something's really good for you, like I don't know. I'm not going to tell people to completely eliminate something from their diet. If hot dog brings a little bit of joy, a hot dog once in a while is not going to kill you. But let's not label foods because people already have baggage with food.
Oh, really? Okay, interesting to hear you say that. All right. Yeah. So, but you don't believe though that if you really believe that a hot dog is a terrible food, you wouldn't say to somebody, listen, you shouldn't eat hot dogs.
Right. I'm not gonna tell people that like there's a list of foods you should only eat and a list of foods you should never eat, because that just creates more a bad relationship with food and your body.
Okay.
Like,
good point. Good point. Yeah. All right. So, but it's like anything else. Even though a hot dog may not be great for you, right, you're not going to eat hot dogs every day. If you're having a hot dog,
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
I agree. I do agree with that. I'm the same way with butter. I try to eliminate a lot of butter out of my food, but at the same time, like I made shrimp scampi the other day and I put butter in it.
It needs butter.
Yeah, it's got to have butter. Right?
Yeah.
And some Selly salt?
Of course I use Selly salt. Every Sunday cooking show.
I know. We love it.
Yes. There's the best name for somebody. Where my chicken? I have chicken to the I'm like, oh God, where's my chicken? He was at a restaurant or something. He told a story. He yelled, "Where my chicken?" I guess he calls himself "Where my chicken" all the time.
What?
I know. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Here's our buddy Barry Shelley. Did he?
Hey, Barry.
There he is.
The juicer.
Oh. Well, you know what I've done? Like when I first got the juicer, I was a juicing freak. So I was like juicing every day, and it's a pain to wash, right? So I realized, okay, if I'm going to juice up my ginger and mix it with the liquid turmeric, I'll just do it like once a week, make up a batch. So it's not. It took me a long time to figure that out. I'm not intelligent, but I don't put Selly salt in that. Although I could, because you have to have pepper in the turmeric to have it absorb in your body better. Isn't that true, pal? I'm learning some new things from today.
This isn't a nutrition class.
Oh no, it is. It is. We make it whatever we want to make it. Yeah. I'm very interested in your logic there, though. That makes sense. Like I've tried to teach coaches now in hockey. A lot of times, coaches, if there's a discipline problem on the ice or they're not playing well, the coaches will take them in practice to one end of the ice and skate them. Right. So it's like this. They call it the bag skate. Mm-hmm. And I've learned. I think that's a bad precedent because now the kids think about conditioning as a bad thing. They're getting,
but they're afraid to make a problem. They're afraid to try something new. So then they make a mistake and then they get in trouble. Yeah.
Right. I'd rather have conditioning be a fun thing for the kids, not necessarily getting on the red line and going back and forth, make it a drill where they got to get their heart rate up a little bit. Miss Fitness, Lou?
Yes.
Don't you agree?
Yeah. I'm just holding my opinions in.
No, don't do that. We want to hear your opinions. You don't have to agree with each other. Like Pam, making me look bad there with a.
No, because you know what? When we go to events sometimes and people try to tell Pam about nutrition and what they do with these young players, and it's unreal.
The nutrition part? Right.
They just try to school her and she's like, okay.
Oh. And do you think a lot of the stuff that these people are saying is not what the kids should be doing?
I don't think so. I mean, they're getting mixed messages, right? The food that's sold in the rink is not good for refueling and fueling, right? And then they're on the road a lot and everyone's trying to have an advantage. So they listen to not necessarily someone who's giving them great advice. So,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like you said too, it can't be like I just say people. It's more to me like if people want to lose weight, it's more about a healthy lifestyle as opposed to a diet, right?
right.
The weight will come off. And shit.
Right. And you don't need to be a certain body size to be healthy either. So,
Yeah, totally. Isn't that true? Yeah, it's all about. It's more what's inside your body than how you look necessarily, right?
Right.
How your healthy arteries and that kind of stuff. Samuel Barkley, great question here. Where can the people get Silly Salt? And you just go to your website, correct?
Yep. www.sallysalt.com.
Is there a big picture of me there?
Yes.
Oh, there is a picture of me there.
Our media site. Yeah, go open it up.
I haven't seen it in a while. I forgot. I was kind of being a smart ass there, but that's okay. Yeah.
On our media tab. Of course that
Yes,
is.
it's all about me. It's not about Silly Salt, right?
It's about Tom.
Yeah, totally.
Yep. Tom and the Rangers. Yes.
And Survivor.
And Survivor.
You know, I go to a lot of events now, and people don't even know that I played in the NHL. They just talk about Survivor sometimes. It's funny.
Really?
Yeah. I was at an event in the city. The Rangers do a really good job. A lot of their big sponsors, they have dinners for them and they bring in all their clients, their top clients. So they have us come along and kind of entertain, sit and have dinner with them. And one guy, he couldn't wait to come over and talk about hockey or talk about Survivor. And it's like, somebody was standing there too. And he said, like, you do know he played in the NHL? I said, yeah, but I want to talk about Survivor. It's kind of funny. It doesn't bother me too much. So, Barry Shelley, what a good man he is. Barry, the veteran. Barry was in the military police.
Thank you, Barry.
Yes.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes, good man. He does a lot of stuff. He's up in Cooperstown, New York. A lot of stuff to help veterans and good. Oh, hold on here. We had a great show yesterday. I do the show on Monday mornings with that Mark Puttenvink, and we had a retired Navy SEAL on. This Bill Brown.
That's neat.
Man, inspiring man. Oh man, he speaks. It's like wow, he's fired up.
How long was he a Navy SEAL?
6 years.
Wow.
Yeah. And he, you know, David Goggins, you know, the big motivational speaker, has written a couple of books. I guess there's a chapter in each book about Bill Brown. I don't know if they mention him by name or not, but that's they mention, which is, you know, Goggins is, you know, a lot of people look at it like he's, you know, a fitness god. He does all these ultra marathons, like 100-mile stuff.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. His theory, like he really goes over the top, Goggins does. And I mean that in a good way. Teaching people that they can really seriously can do anything they want to do. Like his motto is they get up every day and do something that sucks. And the stuff that he does is, yeah, like I said, he runs. People tell stories about how he runs with bare feet and his toenails are falling off and all this kind of stuff. And he just,
wow.
Yeah, he's. I get a total respect for him and admire him a ton. It's just his message sometimes is a little for the average person. Mm-hmm. It's like Pamela, you were talking about with diet. I mean, you're not saying to somebody that your diet has to be perfect. You're saying you need to be healthy. Lou, how are you? Go ahead.
No, I was going to say we met somebody at an event in Grand Rapids and was talking. They're doing something this year with the Bruins alumni and the Red Wings alumni, but next year is with the Rangers and the Red Wings alumni.
Oh, cool. Yeah, very cool.
We need more details, but you guys are playing each other.
Nice. We did that. Dallas did that with us was it past season? Yeah, they flew us into Dallas. Great event. They have a practice facility. We should get you in there too. I'm thinking more. We got to get a list of people. Bob Basson, a former player, heads up the alumni, and they have an alumni room in their practice room. Really nice room. They have a chef in there and everything like that. We should get the Silly Salt into there. Start that process. Okay.
We're always open for ideas. I mean, It takes a village, and this hockey community is so small that it really opens some doors for us.
Yeah, we should get going. We had already a list of places because the more we talk about it, we did that with Boston Bruins probably about 4 or 5 years ago. We did a back-to-back. We were up in Boston on a Saturday night, and then Sunday afternoon we were back at Madison Square Garden. That was fun. That was a good event. They actually had Warrior for Life. It's now the Warrior for Life Fund was the sponsor, I think, and they had a bunch of Navy SEALs there, and I'm like a little groupie when I get around these Navy SEALs. You know, they're just fantastic guys. There's one big guy too. He's local, young guy. I think he's late 20s, early 30s. Great family and everything. And I've heard some stories about him stuff that he did. Standing up in the middle of a battle and just scattergun, and so all his guys could get away. And he's this meek and mild guy and everything. You just think to yourself. So we were. I met him the night before the dinner. We were up in Boston. We were standing for the national anthem on the blue line, and he's standing beside me. We got to be kind of buddies. He goes, "Tom, I'm really nervous." And I'm thinking, "You're a Navy SEAL, for God's sake!" But it's just a whole different environment for him. It was element. You guys have anybody in the military in your family?
My dad was a dentist.
Oh, is that right?
He was a dentist in the military and retired after 50 years of being a dentist at age 80.
That's pretty good. Oh, 80 years old, man.
Yeah,
My father, our dentist was called Dr. Butcher. And yeah, and my father took me to the dentist, and I don't know. I guess he thought I was okay all by myself in there with the dentist, so he sat in the waiting room, and all he heard was a scream from the dentist. I bit the dentist's finger and then bolted out the door. My father said I didn't stop to talk to him. I just ran out the door. It's like, what the heck's going on? That was last time. I think that's the last time I went to that dentist.
That makes sense for a lot of things in the future for you.
Yeah, totally.
So you had to be a tough defenseman there.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh my God.
I was terrible. I was terrible when I was growing up. Some of the stuff I did, my parents, my kids are growing up. When they went off to college, my oldest one went to Michigan State, and when he went off to college, he was the first one to go. Obviously, and I thought, oh God, if he does what stuff I did, he'll be in jail. So it won't work. I tell stories to some people because when we went up to northern Michigan, well, it was back in the late '70s. I'd never. There's a lot of things I hadn't seen. I had never seen people do any drugs or smoking pot. So 2 hockey players got caught smoking pot in the dorms. And I thought this was, oh my God, it's heroin, it's marijuana. It's like, and the guys, like all the Midwest guys and everything, they're like, Tom, settle down. It's pot. Like you're a college. So, yeah.
We met Chad Damesworth. He said you were his favorite player when we were doing the Meyer State games.
He's good. I only met him a couple of times, but yeah, he was grew up in Marquette when I was playing there, and I was his favorite player. Yeah,
you were. He's like my favorite player, Tom. I'm like, all right.
Oh man, I did some things. It's funny now because I go around, I'm talking to people all the time. I'm telling old stories. Have you heard the story about like me breaking my stick over my head?
No.
Oh yeah. So listen, some of the stuff I can tell you, it makes absolutely no sense. You're going to have that look in your face all the time. Like, what are you thinking? Because I do myself when I think back. So I had 1 goal my first year, 1 goal my second year. We had a camp going into my junior year, a kids camp at Marquette. So a little boy kind of cracked the stick, so I grabbed it and broke it over my head, but it was already cracked, really. He said, well, you can't do that with a real stick. So, of course, I had to go do it. So I grabbed a real stick, broke it over my head. Now I had to take my helmet off and everything else will slide down my face. So now we get to the end of the week on Friday, and the parents are coming in, and they're having a scrimmage. And at the end of the scrimmage, the coaches and kids are all getting their pictures taken together by the parents, and the boys are going, well, he could break sticks over his head, And so the parents want now to get a picture taken with me breaking sticks over my head. So I did that. Then they say, well, you'll never do it during a game. So I said, okay, when I score my first goal, thinking I may not even score a goal this year, but when I score my first goal, I'll go to center ice and break my stick over my head. So I scored a goal, take my helmet off, and the coach doesn't know what's going on. I'm skating like 100 miles an hour to get to center ice, and I turn and face the goaltender for the other team, snap my stick over my head, and I've got the 2 sticks, like 2 pieces, like standing.
Oh my God.
I talked to the referee later on. He says, I should have given you a game misconduct for what you did, but I couldn't believe you did it. He said, I was in shock that you did that. So,
doesn't that hurt your head?
Yeah, there's a lot of brain damage in there.
Yeah.
We do stupid things, like banging your head on the metal doors and stuff like that. I don't. It was just, if I told you some of the stories of the things we did.
Yeah. I don't need to know that because I'm sure my kids are doing them, so I don't want to know.
I don't know if there's that many more. But, all right, let me see here. Hold on. Barry Shelley. The girls are partners with. That's right. Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah, we went. We were in Grand Rapids at the Grand Rapids game.
Good.
Yeah, a few weeks back.
So that Tree Ice, that's pretty cool, right? Where they play a whole bunch of games on one day, right? Isn't it all in one day, or is it 2 days?
Yeah, I think there's are there 14 teams that show up? Yeah.
They play multiple games during the evening and early evening, and then they have a championship.
Yeah. They're short. There's no penalties. I don't think there's a whistle. They just continue play. And yeah.
That's right. For people that don't know, Selly Salt is also a sponsor for our Full Change podcast as well. That's been very interesting doing that whole thing. We did some whole the interviews we've done. We had a few guys that tried to commit suicide. And obviously they did not succeed. But I think pretty much all the guys, there's 5 of them. They really ended up doing great. They've helped themselves, obviously. Now they're helping other people, particularly young kids too. So It's been a great thing to see. We got we should get you on, man. There's a lot of things I got to get you in on. So on Thursday, there's the first event for this event called movement called Shoulder Check. So a young boy up in Darien, Connecticut, took his life about a year ago. 16-year-old hockey player. So myself and Dave Maloney and some of the current Rangers, Chris Kreider, Fox, are going to play a charity game. We're not playing. Dave and I, we're going to coach, but the other guys are obviously playing up in Stamford, Connecticut. So it's to start, kind of kick off this movement. The idea is to try to have kids help each other more, like reach out to each other. It's not limited to just kids, but that's obviously the boy that lost his life. I was on the phone with the father the other day. Great guy. I mean, you can't imagine what he's gone through. But he's focused instead around. Obviously, he's never going to forget this or get over it. It'll always be there with him. But he wants to try to do something good, have something good come from it too. So hopefully help other people. So. All right. So the Sally Salt girls. Sure, we got the loose cannon, Pam Ahi, Mahi.
Nice.
I've gotten Pam. So obviously you guys are both pretty good cooks, then, right?
Oh yeah, I love to cook.
She's exceptional. She's exceptional.
Are you really?
I do all the recipe development for our website, and I worked for a food magazine for about 10 years doing their food editing. So
that's right too. That's right. Yeah. So you took food, like cooking classes, or was it more like on nutrition?
I've done that too. I've done some cooking demos, cooking classes. Yeah, that's sort of my.
So when you look at my Sunday show, you probably look at it going, "Come on, Tom, that's
I think we need to help you out there. No.
We need to work on. See, I didn't see this side of Pam before. Like she's been giving it to me today. Right? Like no mercy whatsoever.
We should cook together. We said that last time. It'd be fun.
Yeah, we could do a virtual class together. That'd be a blast. Yeah, we could do it live. Wow.
I love that.
I've gotten a lot better. I told you when I first started, I got divorced, and my boys were like 4 and 6 years old. So it's like 26 years ago or something. And I couldn't cook at all. So we would want to have, our tradition was to have Thanksgiving dinner for Christmas and, the turkey dinner for Christmas and Thanksgiving. But we didn't know how to cook. So we'd get the jarred gravy, the stovetop stuffing, and it would work out okay. Yeah. So, yeah. And I would get the frozen turkey. I put the frozen turkey right into the oven, frozen.
Oh my.
Yeah. So the turkey would actually come out okay. But I didn't know what the giblets and everything were inside. So I cooked the turkey, put it out, and then I looked inside, and there's this bags of garbage, it looks like to me. And I'm like, what is going on here? So we went through the cycle 2 or 3 times, and then we had met this couple. I was playing men's league hockey, and they were coming over. I think we're all happy. We're going to cook them Thanksgiving dinner. And so the wife is in the kitchen with me when I take the turkey out. Now I'm still believing that this is garbage in the turkey, and I can't figure out why we are the ones that are always getting the garbage turkey. So I said, what is this stuff? Like, I'm mad. Like, what is this stuff? She looks at me and goes, are you being serious? I'm going, yes, look at this garbage in the turkey. And she goes, Tom, it's a giblets, you idiot. You're supposed to take that out before you're supposed to thaw out the turkey. So it's all learning experience. Yeah.
It's all right. We love your cooking shows. We love,
Thank you. A lot of products.
Oh,
that's right. Jingle.
Yeah.
Sally Salt. Do it like
you're dancing, Tom.
Yeah, do it like this, like a Christmas song. Like it's like what Grandma got run over by a reindeer. Have you heard that?
We'll work on that.
Jingle bell, Santa smells 90 miles away. You ever heard those?
Yes.
Oh,
there's
there's a lot of people around here who are obsessed with owls.
Owls?
Yes, that's right. I told you already. So now, what would you ask if I said that to you?
We'd say who?
Who? That's a bad dad joke right there.
Thank you.
It's a really bad dad joke.
Yeah. You know what time it is? You know what time it is when an elephant sits on your fence?
What time?
Time to get a new fence.
Yeah.
Oh, when he asked me the thing about the owls, I said, "Oh, is your son's dog there?"
Yeah, I wasn't sure if I tried to text you.
Either. I was supposed to say who. Sorry,
yes.
Anybody.
Yeah. It's bad. That's a bad dog joke.
That's okay.
Yeah.
We appreciate it.
Do you know why they painted an elephant's toenails red?
Why?
So they can hide in the raspberry bushes.
Oh God.
Famously.
Better stick to health and no more jokes.
Oh
my gosh.
All right, everybody. So if you want to purchase the Sally Salt again, Pam, is it fair to say it's more healthy? There's less sodium because you got all the other spices in there, not just
volume wise, yeah. Like compared to when you're comparing like a quarter teaspoon of salt or a quarter teaspoon of any of our products, yeah, it's absolutely lower in sodium because it's a blend.
Right.
And our Chirpin Herb is actually considered a low sodium food because it's only 75 milligrams per quarter teaspoon. So
is that the one with time in it?
Yeah, no. You want it to be. You try.
I'm still trying. I'm not done yet. I don't quit.
Oh my God.
So if
Yeah.
you want to get these products, they are fantastic. Really, it's not just they're a sponsor, but really is, I think, healthier, great products all mixed together. So there's the garlic, pepper, and salt one.
Yep, the original sea salt flakes, black pepper, granulated garlic. So that's the original. And then the original blend is in both of our other blends. So we have a chirping herb, which is bar down the best, that has parsley, basil, marjoram, and chive.
A time.
And then our Sin Bin Fire, that's Puck and Hut, has cayenne pepper and red pepper flakes with the salt.
I use that one a lot. That's a good one. Yeah, to get
That's
some
a good
heat in there. Yeah.
Yeah, so three, and the three together make a hat trick pack, right?
Yes, very cool. So if you want to get that, everybody can go to sellysalt.com. Is that where was I know Barry put that up there? But
We try to get orders out ASAP as soon as we get them.
make sure you look at my picture for like 5-10 minutes too.
Yep.
You know, I was at an event. They give us these little cards, like 8x10 cards. So if we go to events, so kids get them signed and everything. And on the front, there's a picture of me playing, and on the back, there's a picture of me with no helmet on, and I've got the long hair and the mullet going and everything. And the kids look at it and they go back to their parents. That's not him. He's lying. That's not him. They look at me with a bald head now. It's like all different. Yes. All right, everybody. So great to see you, lovely ladies, again.
Thanks for
Again,
having
go
us.
to my pleasure. Go to sellysalt.com. Again, everybody, it sold out this game I'm playing in on Thursday night, or I'm attending, and I'm not playing in it because I don't want to make players look bad if I play. So it's the Terry Connors rink in Stanford. Great movement, shoulder check. One of the event we had Bill Brown, the Navy SEAL, on. He is in charge of getting the swim across the Hudson going. All donations for that can go to the Navy SEAL Foundation as well. So a lot of good stuff going on. Great to see you two again. Don't
Thanks,
be changing,
Pam.
Pam. Do not change your last name anymore. All right, Pam. Keep it the way it is. Ahi.
Solid.
Loose
Good.
Cannon. Good to see you guys.
You too.
Thanks.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.